21 and 23. Nyambura. She's compliant and submissive. It was difficult for her to rebel against her father. He was always there at the back of her, a weight, a conscience that showed her only way to follow. Oh my gosh, kid, shut up. Oh gosh. Ignore the kid. At other times, she would fight against her feelings for him, and she would feel proud that she had stuck to her father. So right now, Nyambura is contemplating between Waiaki and Joshua, and she is debating like whether should she go against her father, because she's normally a very submissive person, and she's also weak-willed. That night she could not sleep. She wept all the time, praying that God should kill her. Oh, okay, a bit extreme there. She had never been the same since she rejected Waiaki's offer. So you see, she regrets it. What did I tell you? She regrets it. And Kinuthia here, he's being a loyal dog, so he now almost worshipped Waiaki. He felt that he could serve him forever. He was convinced that Waiaki was the best man to lead the people. Waiaki was the best man to lead the Kiama. And then he also saw the things hidden to Waiaki, which, because Waiaki didn't look at them properly, it resulted in his downfall. I'm just saying, spoilers, too bad. You know what. Chige, why is he still here? Okay. They knew that Chige had been a great man. Even in his youth, he had said strange things that others could not quite comprehend. And then there's our protagonist, Waiaki. He's unconfident, he's timid, he's regretful. So basically, he's not being a very good hero right now. He's a tragic hero. Tragic. The darkness terrified him. He wanted to scream in horror of himself. He had failed to tell the people to unite. So this is when he realizes he fails. So he made an error of judgment, which ended in his downfall. And the fate is greater than he deserved. His plight is met with sympathy and pity from the readers. So this is an embodiment of goodness and virtue. And he just accepts his fate. It's just like, okay, guess I'll die. And like, literally. Okay, spoilers, but I don't care. And then Kamal is just being resentful, and yet he felt more powerless to fight against Waiaki. He could never quite rouse himself to the efforts. And Kaboni was hostile and disrespectful. You could not tell if there was malice or scorn in that look. He spoke in an even voice and his words were measured. Waiaki was going to speak, but Kaboni waved him into silence. So you can see like his deeper inner anger towards Waiaki. Meanwhile, Joshua and Nyambura are having a very bad, controlling and fearful relationship. So Nyambura is fearful of Joshua because he is just, I would say, a very abusive father. And these two obviously have jealousy. The two never held a long conversation together, not unless there was a third person, which is, Kinuthia. So Kinuthia and Waiaki's relationship is kind of like close and I guess respectful, because Kinuthia is like respecting Waiaki. Kinuthia was moved not so much by the words, but by the way in which Waiaki said them. And then Kamal and Waiaki, Kaboni and Waiaki just like, oh gosh, it's hostile and it's like aggressive and it's a lot of like glaring and not good. He looked at Kaboni. Hatred was all that the dimming light from the lantern could reveal. So some conflicts in the ridges, like circumcision and so they were afraid of like them getting circumcised by force, which is a bit scary. And then there's the theme of betrayal. So he thought of her, she had betrayed him. So this was Waiaki thinking of how Nyambura had rejected him, and he's being salty now. Why is everyone becoming salty? Okay, and so he feels that she betrayed him. And education. Waiaki, the white man's education, is an instrument of enlightenment. So he still goes on to believe that education is the way to solve his problems. And he just wanted, the schools. Okay, I'm ending it here. I need to go on to the next chapter.